Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of our Yes Golf Review. Hey Jay, welcome to another episode.
Yep.
We missed you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yep, we're gonna do a mid-handicapper showdown.
Yep.
So from every company, this is probably gonna be, the viewer is probably looking at their second set.
Yeah.
Right? So this is not gonna be their beginner, the first set, maybe not the hand-me-downs, but they are interested in golf enough to invest in a quality set, and that's probably fitted for them.
Yeah.
But also this will be not your last set.
Probably not.
Yeah,
probably
and hopefully not.
Yeah.
The idea is from this is a great stepping stone into a better player iron, and fun little versus content here.
Yep.
This will be the TaylorMade P790 versus the
Apex Ai200.
That's right, Callaway. So categorically, these are probably the best selling irons. So I'm assuming you're interested. If you're looking into this, you're probably looking into these irons as well as some other ones that the videos are coming. So this will be a series. We purposefully made the same specs as far as the shaft goes, so that between this video and the future videos, you can kind of go and see. And then we'll hopefully do a video where we can show the result of all the videos. So that way it's helpful.
Put them all
for you.
together and you'll get like a head versus head.
Yeah.
Right? The whole picture, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this will be fun. So the way it's gonna go is we're gonna hit 2 shots each and then go back and hit 3 shots. So 5 total shots, but we're breaking it up.
Yep.
So there's no bias.
Yeah, try to make it even.
Yeah, try to make it even. And we're gonna look in terms of like distance, forgiveness, directional bias. This is really important. So assuming that Jay is gonna hit his swings all perfectly the same every single time.
Every time, you know.
every
time, you know that.
We're gonna see if it has a left or right bias, things like that, and then sound and feel and shape. So those are the 5 categories that we'll be looking at. So we'll start with the Callaway Ai200.
All right, let's get it.
All right. Ooh, really good shot there. Little fadey.
Yep, just a little fade.
Just a little bit. What's your normal shot? Would you say it's a fade or a draw?
With my clubs, I play a little draw.
A little draw.
Yeah, I play a little draw, but that's just how my clubs are set for me.
Got it.
But yeah, if I had to play a fade, I can play a fade. If I had to hit a draw, I can hit a draw. But this one, I'm gonna try to hit them all straight. Yeah. So that we don't have like a specific bias, unless you know we want to test out, you know, toe shots, heel shots, and kind of compare them.
Ooh. Okay, there's a. Is it still a little bit fade?
I mean, that's.
But it's going far.
That's pretty centered, yeah.
Okay, so pretty right on the dot. So the technical difference between these two is that the Callaway Ai200, the face and the body is forged. Yeah. So all of them are forged, as opposed to the TaylorMade P790, which only the face is forged. So feel, we're gonna see if there's any feel difference, but at impact, what stands out to you? Maybe at address, anything that stands out to you?
Yeah, it's definitely just right in there in the mid-handicapper section. It's the edges are rounded, so you can get that feeling of, oh, it's not too edgy, not too lined. So if you're into that kind of stuff, then that'll probably help you. I do like the finish, how they do the top line as well, because it's not super glary, so it actually blends in. So it doesn't make the top line look too thick. Yeah. Where I think a lot of players might not like that. Right. Yeah, and there is a little bit of offset. You can notice that, but I mean, I think that's what helps a lot of people in this category. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the TaylorMade P790. Ooh. Okay. Starts off a little left. It sounds high pitched, right?
Yeah, it does. Yep.
Like, right? Compared to the Ai200, it sounds a little bit more higher pitched.
Just a little more, yeah.
I would say it's just as loud.
Yeah.
But it's just more high pitched.
They're not quiet, that's for sure. They're not quiet, yeah.
Anything at address and feel wise that was different?
So in a dress, this is a little more linear. So there's a lot more lines compared to the Ai200.
Like a little more edgy, sharpy.
It's a little more edgy, a little more sharpy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would put it like that. You can notice that the hosel and the face are a lot more closer compared to the Ai200. So there's a little more distance between the hosel and where the grooves start on the Ai200, whereas in the P790, it's a little more closer. So it may look like the offset it looks like it's a little less than the Ai200.
Okay, so it looks like there's less offset in the P790.
Yeah. It looks like it, yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know what offset is basically the way how the hosel goes straight into the face and how much it curves so that the face, you can practically say that face looks a little bit more closed. Yeah. Traditionally, more offset means that you won't miss to the right.
Yeah, so it helps you close the face a little more. It gives you just a little more time to close the face and not leave it open.
Yes.
So it helps with the slice that most amateurs kind of struggle with.
Exactly, and also it could help you with a little bit more launch as well. So those are the characteristics. So let's go ahead and hit one more. Yeah, definitely a little louder and higher pitched.
Yeah.
Where do you think that hit? It seems like it's falling a little shorter.
It was a little low, and I want to say that was a little low toe, but it's really hard to tell with. Okay. Yeah, it was actually heel.
Low heel.
Yeah.
So both of these, this is interesting, right? Because first and the second shot from the P790 are not that much different as far as where it hit.
Yeah.
But it kind of produced two different shots.
Yeah.
One that was significantly more shorter. Okay, let's go to the Ai200.
Right,
Okay, just a little right.
Yeah.
Again, do you feel as though there's anything in the way it looks or the shaft feels that produces a fadey shot?
No, I think it's just me reacting to it, to be honest. I think that the offset just makes me feel like I can't shut the face, because if I do, I'm gonna just pull it left.
Got it.
So it kind of encourages me in a weird way to not rotate through as hard as I would if it didn't have offset.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more reactionary, I think.
Okay, so this is, how did that swing feel?
So this swing felt like it was gonna go left.
Go very left.
Yeah,
okay.
this swing was me countering what I just did for the past couple of shots and losing to the right.
So another thing that I see is that it looks like, we're gonna have to look at it at the end, but the drooping sensation or the amount of droop that happens, so the amount of toe going down. At impact is a little bit more than in the Ai200.
Yeah.
We'll see if that is the case.
Okay.
But let's go hit one last one. But before we do that, so feel-wise, I know we hit Ai200, P790, back to Ai200. Does it feel any different?
Definitely, it's not distinctive.
Okay.
It's kind of hard. If like feel-wise, if I were blindfolded, I would say that it would be really hard to distinguish the two. But the Ai200, yes, it does have a bigger sound.
Bigger sound. Okay. Yeah, I think
they're still both very loud.
Yes.
But it's just a tad bit softer than the P790.
I think it's a difference in the pitch.
The pitch.
Right. So like P790 is higher pitched.
And
Callaway is probably a little lower pitched, but both loud.
Oh, that one would be where the forgiveness.
Where we can test the forgiveness. Where did you feel like
that was like low heel all day?
Heel,
that was low heel all day. That was so low heel.
So there, good, I think good summary of Ai200. Let's go into the P790. Okay. So this one, I feel like it goes more left or starts more left.
Yeah. It may be...
Maybe because it has less offset.
Maybe that's why I'm perceiving it.
Yeah, bringing out more of a natural shot. So that's a good thing for you to take consideration, because what it says about the club is what it says about the club.
Right.
But you need to know your swing as much as well to kind of interpret that and apply what that club is to you, so that hopefully this video is informational.
Yeah, so especially the mid-handicapper section is actually a broad section, right? And it encompasses a lot of different types of golfers. There still can be golfers where they're still struggling with a slice, but they can somehow manage to score and still be in the mid-handicapper range.
Right.
Whereas, you'll have players where they strike the ball pretty well, but maybe their short game isn't up to par. So that's where they lose their shots and they're still in the mid-handicapper range, right? So just because you're in that range doesn't mean that you're going to have the same swing types or swing faults. And these clubs are definitely different in terms of that can help a certain type of golfer.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that one would be the same one.
Same one as the last one
of the AI. Yeah.
Okay.
That one would be the low heel of the low heel. I'm doing this on purpose, by the way.
That's right. We're testing the forgiveness factor of this. Okay, very low. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's good to know because, again, we've had that shot with the Ai200.
Right.
And it seems like on shots that are missed low, Ai200 is going just a little bit further or maybe up to the par of what good shot is. And this is what I mean by the toe down. The amount of toe down seems like it's less in the P790.
All right.
So let's go ahead and hit one more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you are able to hit this one a little bit more left.
Yeah, a little more left.
Yeah. All right, Jay. So that was very interesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna point out a couple things that are noticeable here, and we're gonna get your feedback too. But ball speed wise, basically this is the speed in which the ball is traveling at point of impact. So more speed, obviously, usually more distance, and more ways to work the ball and things like that. So on average, Ai200 was just a little bit faster, actually 3 miles faster.
Yeah.
So every 1 mile per hour equates to about 2 to 2.5 yards. So knowing that the total distance category, Ai200 was a definite winner there. It was also flying a little bit higher. As you can see in the peak height, it was at 24 yards. But the spin-wise, P790 was a little bit more spin. So what I take from that is, if you are struggling with some not producing enough spin, because that's something that you have to look at. Callaway Ai200, if you remember, you hit a couple shots that went really straight, really far, and then it kind of bounced at the end of the green and kind of bounced forward. Right, so you missed the green that way. TaylorMade P790, whereas you were hitting your shots a little bit more left with the P790, and yet it had more spin.
It had more spin too.
Spin, a lot of people hate spin for slicing the ball, but spin is also your friend.
It is,
Spin allows you to control the ball. So that's a point that you probably have to take into consideration. Anything from as you were hitting that kind of stood out to you about the differences?
So feedback-wise, the Ai200, I couldn't get that much feedback. So I can't tell you if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but for the better player, we want to know where we struck it exactly on the face. Because we want feedback and we want to be, to improve, you have to get feedback. So if you have a certain tendency of hitting it on the heel, then, through feedback, you want to correct that.
That's right.
The Ai200, I had a hard time kind of pinpointing exactly where I hit it on the face. So it could be good for, to mask, so to speak. That could be what we call forgiveness. But at the same time, if you're in the market looking for clubs that you want direct feedback, then this might not be the one for you.
Interesting. So P790 gave you a little bit more feedback. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit. Distance-wise, Ai200 was the definite winner there. Height-wise, Ai200 was going a little bit higher as well. Spin, which equates to control here, P790 was giving a little bit more spin, so better control there. Feedback-wise, P790 gave you a better feel.
It was a better feedback.
How about forgiveness?
Forgiveness, yeah. Like, 5 shots, it's really hard to tell which one is more forgiving. But I think that what I did say before about like how it was hard to tell where I was hitting it on the face, I think that kind of points towards forgiveness. So I would say that Ai200 is just a little more forgiving than the P790.
Yeah, and so best overall, better, which one is better, we'll let you pick it.
Yeah.
So according to this video, or maybe you have an experience of hitting these two clubs and you want to chime in to this result. So go ahead and comment below what you think is a better iron and why, and we'll let you guys decide. But thank you all for coming in. And we have a next video that's coming in. It's gonna be a series, same shaft, and it'll be a mid-handicapper showdown. We'll see you on our next video. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.